Thank you for being local club members, and thank you for your loyalty to the Hallmark Keepsake brand. You're very important to us. Oh, hi! I'm Joanne Eschrich. Welcome to my workspace in Keepsakes. You caught me at a great time. I'm working on the 2010 Father Christmas, and you are the first to see it, so don't tell anyone. He is called Goodwill, and right now I'm drawing out all his fabric attachments and pieces of greenery that I want to add to him, as well as the other Father Christmas drawings you see here from the very first one called Peace. This is how all of our ornaments start off, with sketches and ideas. Over here is where I do all of my sculpting. Right now, this is my original sculpt from the 2010 Father Christmas, which I've worked from the drawing. And we usually sculpt them in pieces so that it can be easily molded. And here you see the first mold of the Father Christmas, which I've already painted, and I'm now dressing up in the different fabrics and attachments. Here's a fur plush that I found that works very well for his trim on his coat and around his hat. A suede-like fabric worked really well for his coat. And here, unlike the other Father Christmases, I've used a basket instead of a bag, where I've applied all the different attachments to him and have worked with different colors. That works for his nature-like feeling. And here, what makes these Father Christmases all special is the small note that comes in its bag. And this one is, Christmas, a time of sharing and goodwill, for everyone, everywhere. I'm going to tell you something that not many people know, but when I was working on the first few Father Christmases, my mom was out visiting from Massachusetts, and as I was applying the coat and making the bag, I says, "Mom, how in the world do I make this little bag?" And she just said, "Here, let me have that." And she started making the sweetest bags that are attached to them. And from then on, she created not only this one, but also for Harmony, and Wonder. And those are the bags that carry this special message. You know, I love hearing all your stories about Father Christmas and which ones are your favorites and special ones. One particular collector surprised me at a signing event by dressing as Wonder Father Christmas. You know who you are, and you have no idea what that meant to me. That was a very special moment. A lot of you know and may even own my Frostlight Fairy tree topper, Queen Aurora, that started the whole collection. And here's another secret. Kim Jones actually modeled for me for this tree topper. This collection was really special to me because we kind of went out on a limb and did a different color palette with the icy blues instead of the traditional Christmas reds and greens. And because of your great reaction to it, it continued to grow and into the Frostlight Fairy babies and more of the regular Frostlight Fairies, which my own daughters modeled for me and their friends. So that the whole thing was a very special collection to me, and it's just so nice to know it was a special collection for you too. Here's another collection you might be familiar with, my Down to Earth Angel line, which I had a lot of fun working with Lee Franklin, the editor, on. And I think we liked working on this a lot because we could relate it to different people in our own lives, our friends, our family, even collectors like you who we'd hear different stories from. But this one I could relate to most. Working Mom Angel. I just want you to know how much I appreciate what you do and the passion you have for what we do. It makes our job so much more creative and fun and inspiring every day.
I just want to say thank you for being a local Keepsake Club member. It means everything to us. Hi, I'm Ken Crow, and this is where I work. I've been at Hallmark for almost 30 years now, and I've been making Christmas ornaments for about 27. This is my sculpting area. And over here is where I sculpt on the computer. And I put different things around my booth just to inspire me. I love toys, I love characters, I love cartoons, I'm a big kid. And over here is where I like to paint my ornaments. And over here is where I like to draw. To tell you the truth, it's not just me. I work with a lot of people who help make these little dreams come true. But I must admit, I have the greatest job on the whole planet. And thanks to you, I get to make more and more of these each year, and what keeps me going is the smile that I see when you get one of these. This is a Santa toy maker. This was the very first one. And here, let me show you how I come up with more ideas for the Santa toy maker. Actually, I go through what I call a brain squeeze, and I try to think of what are the things that's going to make somebody smile, what are the best experiences I ever had in life, and how can I reproduce those? So I get a 3x5, and I start doodling, and I think, wow, wouldn't it be great if I made a Santa Claus toy maker playing a little toy bugle. So I just make a scribble, not anything fancy. And I have to figure out, okay, a hook's going to go there and balance it out. And so I just, with that, I think, okay, I'll show that to the right people, see if they like it, and then I'll start on it. And to tell you the truth, I can't really sleep when I start on it because my mind just goes on search, and I try to figure out what is that image that somebody can put in their hand that has the most appeal and will look the coolest. So this is how I start. I have wax and I have sculpting tools, and this is a sculpture actually already in progress, but I'll show you how. I take a hot tool, which is a wood burning pencil, and see how there's a drop of wax on there? And I'll put drops on it. Then I'll take sculpting tools and I'll scrape and shape. And after about 5 days, it starts to really look like what it's going to look like, and probably 5 to 10 days I'm all finished with it. So this eventually will look something like this, and I will have this molded, and then I'll paint it, and I'll use paint brushes and paints over here, and I'll mix my paints, and I'll have a color sheet of the colors that I used on the first one, but I'll reapply them to the other ones so I know that I'm using the same red and the same tan, and that's how I'll create this. I get to recreate the memories of great days I've had with my family when I make ornaments. And this ornament, the polar coaster, is actually one of the greatest days of my life because I got to take my son out of school, go to the local amusement park, and ride the roller coaster with sound equipment on us. And when you listen to this ornament, when you hear those happy screams or semi-terrified screams, that's my son and I screaming for joy because is this not the coolest job that I get to ride roller coasters, have them recorded, turned into a Christmas ornament, and celebrate a day with my son? You know, when I was little, my dad used to go to the grocery store at Christmas time, and in the parking lot they had trees that you could buy, real trees to put in your living room. And I still remember Dad tying the Christmas tree down to the roof of the car, and that's part of the inspiration for this ornament. The people in it are, that's me and my wife, that's my brother and my niece and my nephew, and when it's on, when I press the button, you're about to see my son and daughter being pulled by a horse on a little hay wagon. I've actually been on hay rides here in Missouri, and it's one of the best Christmas experiences I've ever had. So this one comes out this year, this Christmas, and I can't wait to put it on my tree. I can't wait to show it to my dad. I grew up in Long Beach, California, and I lived about 12.5 miles away from Disneyland. And I was probably the only person on the ride that when the ride got stuck or stopped and it kept going, I actually enjoyed it. I actually liked hearing that song over and over and seeing all the characters animated. Why? Because I just like to try to figure out how they made them, how they made them work, and how come they were so neat and entertained people so well. But I tried to recapture that in this ornament. So I remember how they waved and they moved up and down, but this is my little Disneyland recreation. This is an ornament that's coming out this Christmas, and I want to show you something special. See this list that Santa Claus has? There's names on it, and one name I want to bring to your attention is Tracy. Tracy helped create the music for this ornament. He's written original songs for different ornaments I've worked on that other people have worked on, but he performed the music on this. And here, listen. Hey, you know, there's something else I'd like to show you in my booth. It's a character that many of you have seen at signing events, and here, let me go get him. This is the Crow. A lot of you have had your picture taken with him, and this character is the key to a lot of fun for me. He gets to go to places I can't go. Some of you have actually kidnapped him. I was in San Diego, and one collector, I let them kidnap him because I wanted him back. But they actually took him to the beach. They hooked him to a piece of fishing string, held him out over the water, and made a video of him and brought him back. So who knows what other adventures this little guy's going to have. I hope he has a whole lot, and I hope you get to meet him someday if you haven't met him already. You know, I don't get a chance to say this very often, but thank you. Thank you for your passion, your enthusiasm, your inspiration. I can't wait to make another ornament for you that'll end up someday on your tree. Thank you very much.